is gone, say could that lass be I?
Alrighty, so here is the Crack Your Own Geode opened up instructions. Because, I mean, really, how hard is it to hit a rock with a hammer? Safety goggles, safety first, right? 2 geodes. You see one's a pretty good size right there. And a magnifying glass and display stand. I don't know about you, but I'm super excited. I love this kind of stuff. All right, so I'm gonna open everything up. Got my trusty little hammer here and we're gonna get cracking. All right, so I got everything unwrapped. My safety goggles on. And I have a flathead screwdriver because it says you want to chisel all the way around one of the geodes to score it, to try to get an even break. Now, last time I did this, I bought a geode like this from my local garden center. They were selling them, and I could not get it to break no matter what I did. And finally, I took it over to my brothers who can destroy anything, cracked it open, and it was completely solid, which is why it was so hard to open. So I'm hoping that this won't be the case with either one of these, that it will actually be a true geode and be hollow in the center. All right, so I don't have a chisel. Well, we might have a chisel in my husband's tools, but I'm not gonna go dig through it. So I'm going to use this screwdriver here and see how it goes and score a line and then break it in half. All right, so I'm going to pause the video while I do that so you don't have to listen to a bunch of hammering, and hopefully they crack open easily. All right, so here's the results. The big tan colored one, just like before, was completely solid on the inside, except for like a little bit right there you can see. So I was actually kind of disappointed, to be honest with you. This is the second time that I've had a geode like this with this color be completely solid. It was really, really difficult to break open. I mean, it took a lot of work to do. And let's see, this is for kids. What's the ages here? I'm looking to see if it says on the box. 8+. I think even older kids would have a hard time with it, especially if you ended up getting a geode that's solid like that. It was kind of a bummer. It took me a good 25 minutes just to get this one open. The other one, the little one though, it cracked fairly easily, and I did get 3 pieces instead of 2 halves, but I did get one nice half on it here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. So I'm really happy with this one. Nice little half to display, and then 2 smaller pieces. So overall, would I buy it again? Probably not. I think I paid $9 for it. It would have been better if this was actually hollow in the middle, because it was extremely difficult. I could see definitely would need parent supervision, because even as an adult, it was very hard and very frustrating for me to try to crack this one open. But yeah, I'm happy with the little gray one I got. So there you go. There's cracking your own geode. Now we're going to try the other one. Okay, so here is the crystal growing kit. Now I've done this before and it's super fun. I really enjoy it, and I've always had really good results. And I believe it's this brand that I've used before. Now it's a little deceiving. It kind of looks like you can grow 3 crystals here with one. That's not true. You can grow 1 crystal. It just gives you 3 packets of color, red, clear, and blue. So you can mix it to get whatever color you would like, whether it's dark blue, red, pink, aqua. See, it shows there on the back. And it's really fairly simple. It comes with instructions for you to read. And all you do is you pour about, let's see, it's 200 milliliters of boiling water, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, into this container. So it's about 1.5 inches, maybe like so. You want to pour boiling water in, and then you add the large white packet and you stir it until it's dissolved, and then you let it cool until it's about 100 degrees, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you sprinkle in the color crystal seeding mixture. Now it does say to spread it evenly across the bottom, which I've always done in the past, and I've gotten really good results. It's been crystals with a lot of small crystal points growing. However, I did read in the comments someone suggested sprinkling the seeding mixture all into like one area, like in the center, just kind of grouping it all together, and you'll get a crystal with larger points. So I'm going to go ahead and try it that way this time. If it works, it works. If not, oh well, lesson learned. So I am going to boil my water and put it in the container. It's good if you have a cooking thermometer like you would use to make candy. That way you can read the temperature of the water, so you know when to add this mixture and when it's ready to add the color, the crystal color seeding to it. All right, I'm gonna go boil some water. I'll be right back. Okay, so I boiled my water in a measuring cup, and my measuring cup has the milliliters measurement right on the side. If you don't have a measuring cup, it's approximately just a hair under a cup of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in. Be careful, it's really hot, especially if you're doing this with children. You do not want to burn yourself with boiling water. So that's 200 milliliters. Okay, so next you're gonna mix in the bag here, the large white bag, right into the boiling water. Well, it's not boiling at the moment, but it's 212 degrees. I do have a thermometer here that I can take the temperature of the water with. Okay, so I am going to sprinkle this in now and give it a good stir. And this kind of mix the solution here. Okay, so you want to stir it up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep stirring this until it's completely dissolved and let the water cool down to about 104 degrees Fahrenheit. I am going to move this upstairs into my library because it has to sit for approximately a week for the crystal to grow, and you don't want to disturb it. You want to keep it as still as possible. So I'm going to keep it up there where it's nice and peaceful, no one's going to bother it, and it's out of the way. Okay, so I've moved the container upstairs where it's not going to be disturbed. You want to keep it in a pretty warm area, about 68 degrees Fahrenheit for the best results. If it's cooler, it's going to take a little longer for the crystals to grow. So the temperature is just about right there. Oh, and I did use filtered water, by the way, because I just wanted the water to be as pure as possible. Now you want to use no more than 4 of these little spoonfuls for your color mixture. So I want to do kind of an aqua color, so I'm going to use blue and clear. I'm going to use equal parts of the blue and equal parts of the clear. So 2 spoonfuls of blue, 2 spoonfuls of clear. And I'm going to see what happens, because I don't really want a super deep blue color this time, but I also don't want a super pale blue. I want somewhere in the middle. You can see on the package it says B for blue. Make sure your spoon is dry. And so you're just going to measure out 2 spoonfuls, and be careful because this may stain. And you're just going to sprinkle it in. You don't want to stir it at this point, so you're just going to drop them in. 1. Make sure you get a nice full spoonful. 2. Okay, I'm just going to set this carefully aside so it doesn't spill. I'm going to open the clear one now and do 2 more. And they will start growing probably within about 15 hours or so. You want to make sure it's in a place where it won't be disturbed. 1. And 2. And you want to leave the lid off. Do not put the lid on. You may see like the crystals start to grow kind of up the side, and that's perfectly normal and okay. Like I said, if it's a little cooler in your house, it may take longer. The average time is between 4 to 7 days, but give it time and be patient. All right, so we're gonna check in tomorrow and see how it's going, and then again in a week. Okay, so it's been about 24 hours, and you can see already there is definitely something going on in there. So it looks like I already got some nice growth. That's awesome. Okay, yay, that makes me happy. And just remember, it takes anywhere from 4 to 7 days, sometimes longer depending if your house is cold. Alrighty, so I'm gonna check back in probably end of the week or so, see how it's going. Alrighty, so it's been just a little over a week, and you can see that the crystal is just poking out the top of the water, and there's a little bit of formations on the side. And that's when you know you want to drain the water, that it's done. You can kind of see the top of it there. So you're supposed to save the little gray mixing spoon, and I did save it, but somehow in the course of a week I lost it. Because what you want to do is kind of just gently hold it in place as you dump the water out. I'm just going to use these wooden chopsticks to hold it in place. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video while I carefully dump the water out. And then you're going to very gently give it a rinse. Now you don't want to use a really powerful stream from your faucet because it will dissolve the crystal. Alrighty, so I'm going to dump this out. I'll be right back. Alright, so I rinsed it out, and here you can see the crystal. It's interesting how it grew. Got one giant point that grew up, and then another one, but most of them grew like horizontally. But it does have some nice big formations, and kind of check out that point, like it's blue in the center, but then it has kind of a clear outside. That's really cool. Overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I am going to let it sit with the lid off so that the remaining moisture can evaporate out. But once that's happened, you just simply put the lid on, and it's in its own little protective case. And there you have it. Beautiful blue crystal. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos.